So the update notes for Gran Turismo 7 Update 1.57 or March 2025 update are now available, and it does feature a couple of relatively nice quality of life changes, as well as support for the latest Thrustmaster wheel, as well as including the likes of Sophy 2.1 and of course the 3 new vehicles and 3 new events. And I'm going to take you through everything that is on offer with the latest GT7 update. Update Notice 1.57. A new update for Gran Turismo 7 has been released. The following is a list of main features and adjustments introduced. Main features implemented. Number 1, the cars. The following 3 cars have been added. We've got the Aston Martin Vantage 2018, which is sold in Brand Central. We've got the Mazda CX-30X Smart Edition 21, once again sold in Brand Central, and the Renault Kangoo 1.4 2001, which is sold in both Brand Central and at the used car dealership for a reduced price. Number 2, Gran Turismo Sophy. The next generation racing AI agent Gran Turismo Sophy has evolved into GT Sophy 2.1 and is available in custom races for supported tracks and layouts. Please note that GT Sophy is only available on the PlayStation 5 version of Gran Turismo 7. Number 3, World Circuits. The following new events have been added to World Circuits. We have Brands Hatch Indy Circuit with the Sunday Cup, Deep Forest Raceway Reverse with the European Clubman Cup 600, and Tokyo Expressway Central Counterclockwise for the Japanese FF Challenge 450. Now, unfortunately, all of these races look incredibly short. I think the one that has the most potential is that European Clubman Cup 600, but unfortunately it will probably be a 5-lap sprint at most. Same with the Japanese FF Challenge, maybe 3 to 4 laps, and the Sunday Cup, it's probably 2 to 3 laps. So really, it's not a great list here. I think most of my time will just be spent in the custom races, racing against a GT Sophy 2.1. Number 4, the Cafe. The following extra menu has been added. Extra menu number 45, Collection Suzuki, for collector level 35 and above. Number 5, GT Auto. Car maintenance and service. Engine swaps are now available for the following cars unlocked at collector level 50. Number 1 is the BMW M2 Competition 2018, which could be interesting, but I'm just going to go off an assumption here before the update actually releases that it's probably just going to be a drift engine swap. We of course have the latest BMW Z4 added to the game with the previous update that now gets a brand new engine swap. The Ford GT from 2006, the Ford GT from 2017, and the Subaru BRZ-S from 2015. I would say on the surface, if it's anything like they were in the previous update where we had less of them, but they were a lot more better in terms of the quality, this could be an interesting set, especially including those Ford GT engine swaps. I'm excited to see what they are. Number 6 is Scapes. Faroe Islands has been added as a featured creation in Scapes. Other improvements and adjustments. Number 1, the cars. They fixed some exterior and interior details of the following car, which is the BMW M3 from 1997. They've also fixed the vehicle height adjustment range of suspension parts for the following car, and that is the Mercedes-Benz Unimog Type 411 from 1962. Now, there's a nice little change here for number 2, which is users' cars. They've added a new sorting criteria by number of cars owned to the car valuation service. The car valuation service will appear after clearing menu book number 39, Championship World GT Series, and watching the ending. So if you didn't know, there was quite a few ways to actually sort your cars, but never by the most number that you have, and that is what this essentially is. So the car that you have the most duplicates of will show at the top now, so on and so forth until you get to the bottom. So I think that's a nice little kind of quality of life change there. Now, number 3, GT Auto. Wheel Shop updated it so that rim diameter, rim width and offset settings are preserved when the currently installed wheels are selected. Number 4, Sport. They've updated the race entry screen to include all times up to midday of the following day. I think this is quite a nice quality of life change once again. Number 5, Controllers. Added support for the Thrustmaster T598, which is always a good thing. Of course, it's one of the latest wheels by Thrustmaster, so it's great to see support added for that one. Number 6, Brand Central. They've updated the list of official partners. Accordingly, the tyres installed on cars are now original Gran Turismo tyres, excluding certain vehicles, which means we've basically gone back to the old tyres prior to update 1.49, so they won't be Michelin sponsored unless it's kind of forced. Number 7, localization issues. They fixed various text localization issues. Number 8, others. They have fixed other various issues. Thank you for your support and please continue to enjoy Gran Turismo 7. So there we go, that is everything included in the update notes for 1.57 or March 2025. In terms of what's available here, again we have the typical content which I went through yesterday, but in terms of the likes of the engine swaps, whilst there are less, there is the potential to be incredible engine swaps there, especially with the 4 GTs. We have a couple of nice quality of life changes, and of course GT Sophy 2.1 is a pretty big deal for custom racers on the track that it is Sophy capable on. I feel like with that addition alone, it's taken a pretty mediocre update and turned it into a relatively decent one. Yes, there's not too much in terms of content, but that GT Sophy 2.1 alone has absolutely raised the bar here. And I think that could be a fantastic time and a huge deal for the custom race system, which I spend the majority of my time in today. And considering the game overall has pretty terrible default AI, again, this could be a bit of a game changer. There's also a couple of nice quality of life changes, and of course if you own the latest Thrustmaster wheel then that's great, you now have support for that. But I think the most interesting thing here is the fact that Polyphony's sponsorship deal with Michelin, which of course every single tyre in GT7 prior to this update was Michelin tyres, and it's been that way since update 1.49, that is now entirely gone. So it does seem like Polyphony's lost that sponsorship deal there, or maybe it's just timed out, but it's not even been a year at this point. So overall, I don't think it's necessarily the best update ever, but I do think it's been made much better, like I said, through GT Sophy. But feel free to let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Peace.